So the 2025 World's Strongest Man, we are through the group stages, through the heats. There's been some major upsets. There's been some crazy things that are after happening so far. We have the 10 athletes that are after going through. Now, some of the athletes, I'm surprised are on the list, and I'm surprised how well they did in the group stages. And I think there's a lot of
surprise in a good way.
In a very good way. Now, there's a lot of people out there probably the same. Some big names that we thought were going to get through easy enough didn't happen. There's been some injuries. So look, we'll do a quick run through down
illnesses.
For the first 5 events that we have. So for Group 1, we have Tom Stoltman and Eddie Williams going through to the finals. Now, we had Tom Stoltman probably as a favourite to go through. He is the reigning champion. He's looking incredible. So all the events he's after doing the finals, he looks himself again. He looks ready to win, if that makes sense.
And in one event he did this as well.
Oh yeah, he's going for blood.
Yeah, but then it kind of backfired.
Yeah, and he kind of dropped a stone on
himself. On his head. I believe.
He dropped, I think, the first stone when he was loading it. So this is in the stone medley. He dropped the stone on his face, and I think then when he went to do the stone to shoulder, he went down to one knee. 150 kilo stone. Because I remember Eddie Hall, I was watching the video, said Eddie Hall giving all the results after the event, and even he was like, not really that great.
No, but that's just sport, and fortunately he had like a big lead already coming into the last event, but I think potentially because of this bad performance in the stones, he lost 10 points going to the finals.
Yeah, going into the finals. Eddie Williams is, like you were saying, he's after going to the finals. We thought that probably Austin Andrade more than likely was going to get through the finals.
Really underperformed. Yeah, like really, I'm surprised how badly he did. I thought he's going to be like firm number 2 going to the final.
But even the deadlift, so he got 5 reps in the deadlift. He finished last in the group, finished last in the loading race, like the Titans toss, finished middle table. Like, it didn't seem like the Austin that say we seen last year's World's Strongest Man.
I think just statically he's so much better, and then when it comes to moving events, he's not that good. And I think he got a bit exposed in this World's Strongest Man. So most likely he needs to work on it, like in I don't know, maybe in off season, because now we have Shaw Classic.
So that's August.
Yeah, Rogue Invitational as well. They're pretty like static events. So apart from Rogue might have a couple of moving events, but other than that, probably Austin, I don't know, just needs to get a bit fitter.
So for World's Strongest Man Group 2, then we have, as everyone expected, Mitchell Hooper going through to the final, and then we have the dark horse, as he's known, Paddy Haynes, going through to the final. Now, I had him predicted to go through to the final. I didn't think he was going to be.
I had Rag.
You had Matthew Rag, yeah. Unfortunately, Rag, he's after finishing the bottom of the group. Very surprising outcome for Matthew Rag. Now, if you look at him, he's a lot slimmer than what he was last year. He's a lot more. I don't know. It was like he was trying to round himself out for a lot more events. But the deadlift, look, still got 7 reps in the deadlift. So his deadlift form, his deadlift strength is still there. It's just everything else didn't seem to go well for him.
No, he has these lack of mobility in his shoulders as well. I think that kind of backfired, and moving events probably weren't too great as well. It just again, it seems like everyone that we thought that might do really well, they haven't. But I didn't had Paddy Haynes going to the finals, but he performed really well.
When I seen him at Europe's Strongest Man, and I seen the training footage and stuff like that, I was like, there's a very good chance because of all the moving events and stuff. Now, the overhead is the only thing that I was a bit iffy about. But look, everyone, like when it comes to the deadlift, we can see it was the strongest deadlift group. Everyone got 7 reps, bar Paddy. Paddy got 8 reps. Like, we have Mitchell Hooper had issues, as he says, I think it was with the straps or something.
It wasn't.
Yeah, look.
I don't think it was. I think he just dropped it. He couldn't get the 8th one. He just,
Yeah, but like
that's what I saw from the footage.
Yeah, anyone that sees the footage is the same. It's like he tried to hitch and then he just decided to let it go.
I think it's just the heat and the suit and all of it, just a combination, And we have a guy who did 10 reps and he didn't use the suit. So maybe everybody should take example from him and start doing the same. Yeah.
So on to World's Strongest Man Group 3. This is where the biggest upset, I think, for a lot of people has come. Now, we have Rain O'Neill and Shane Flowers going through the final. Rain O'Neill, who performed unbelievable in the group. Now, like, I'm not going to lie, I don't really know that much about Rain. I've seen some of the footage from Siberian Power Show, and you'd see maybe, say from when he competed, was it last year? and Africa's Strongest Man. He won it a couple of times.
Yeah, he did so well that overall he finished third. Like,
Yeah.
you know, he's bringing 8 points into the final, which is like unbelievably good performance from him. You know, the upsets, I think they're the biggest ones.
Yeah.
Lucas Hatton, Mateusz Kielakowski not going to the finals. It's a big one.
But even Mateusz not going to the final, but finishing bottom of the whole group. Like,
Yeah.
So
I think he lost the motivation up to the first event. From what I understand, he
Yeah.
dropped the bag, and he
third
knew
bag,
that. Yeah, and he knew that it's very hard to come back and do very well when it comes time wise. You know, so plus we saw from his post that he was sick as well.
Yeah, he had to pull out through illness. So
yeah.
like Mateusz didn't help himself, like you're saying, with the bag. He zeroed on the deadlift. He didn't do any reps of the deadlift. The overhead medley, he didn't actually finish it, which is surprising for Mateusz.
Yeah.
Look, I know. Look, he's sick. That's probably one of the key reasons as to why he performed, say, not his greatest. But you have Lucas Hatton was the same. He said himself that he was sick leading into the World's Strongest Man. I think he kind of really only got over it maybe at the first day.
Yeah.
It's a bit too late at that stage. But even I seen the video that he posted afterwards, and he said himself he's just not fit enough, and he's taking like the ownership on himself. He's not trying to make excuses.
Well, if you have an illness, you know, coming in a flu-like illness, coming into a competition, you know, so you're not gonna do well. It's very hard, especially in that you have to compete like for 2 days and
In the heat.
Yeah, in the heat and everything else. It's not that easy, especially strongman, World's Strongest Man. You have to do like a lot of like photo shoots. There's other things
Media
needs to be.
days.
Yeah, so it's exhausting, like, you know. So I think he should take it an excuse, because as an excuse, you know. So, and unfortunately, he's going home. He's not going to the finals.
So then we have World's Strongest Man Group 4. We have Trey Mitchell and Andre Futu going through, like, a very good group. Say like there was some serious results inside this. Like you have, like you're saying, Trey Mitchell, 10 reps on the deadlift with
very
no
impressive.
suit.
Yeah, and he looks fresh as well. He doesn't look like, you know, like some guys, when you look in their faces, they look like they've been run down, you know, under a lot of pressure. And Trey Mitchell looks really fresh, like, you
Youthful.
know. Yeah, useful. Yeah, youthful. Looks very youthful. Yeah, so that means his body is like feeling great.
Yeah,
you know?
he's after taking some time off. Probably he's after decompressing the body maybe. But look, you see Andre Futu is like 23 years of age, like overhead medley, all 7 implements of the overhead medley.
Yeah, potentially he can crack top 5.
Yeah.
You know, because he looks very fresh. He's 23 years of age. His recovery is pretty good, like, you know. So, and he has, I think, decent events in the finals. So he's the one to look out for as well.
Luke Richardson, unfortunately, in this group, managed to do his bicep. Yeah. Eddie Hall said in his video that he thinks it's actually the muscle, not the tendon, that tore. So
it's frustrating.
It is very frustrating. Like Luke Richardson, if like for anyone that like follows and watches his stuff, like I seen him with MST Systems when he was training as well. He looked relaxed. He looked chill. His Titan toss, you know, the bag toss, he looked incredibly well. His deadlifts looked like everything looked well.
In his warm-ups, he tried to do the stone to the shoulder a lot of times because he wasn't able to get it like from the first go. So I think he did like potentially like 5 lifts altogether. In a couple of them, he was even shaking and stuff. I was like, it's not necessary in a warm-up to get that weight, you know, because you don't have adrenaline going, you know, for you. And it's just like most of the guys, they're stronger in the moment of the competition.
You usually say like what 10 to 15%, could
yes,
even be 20% stronger.
But me potential, that's the way I am. Like in the gym, my gym lifts are not great in comparison to the competition lifts. In competitions, I can lift way more. The same in the warm-ups. When I was going to the World's Strongest Man, I was lifting the implements, but they felt heavy for me because mentally and
you're not in that mindset.
Yeah, I wasn't ready. So I was like, oh my god, that's actually heavy. But I knew come the competition moment when you have to do it,
focus.
Like, my adrenaline goes through the roof, so I'm way stronger, and the weight doesn't feel as heavy as in warm-up. So when the guy's trying to sort of exhaust themselves and try to get that rep like Luke Richardson was doing it, I think he was just wasting energy unnecessarily. But that's just my take.
On the equipment testing day, alright, he was doing a lot of reps of the sandbag.
So many reps, you know, just keep doing that sandbag, the shoulder, the stone to the shoulder, you know, movements, and just the strain on your biceps. And
the next day,
you dehydrated because it's so warm over there. You know, it just
all the things add up,
maybe the approach wasn't right.
So on to our strongest man group 5. We have Luke Stoltman and Pavlo Kordiaka going through this group. Again, we have another athlete who was injured on the very first event. We have Evan Singleton, same issue, bicep again. I think it was on the third bag he was lifting it, and
he already had a surgery on the left one, didn't he?
Yeah.
So now the right one is gone.
Yeah. Again, bicep issues. You're not a real strongman until you tear a bicep, as they say. But look, we had Evan Singleton obviously to go through this event. Eddie Hall said he was looking like he weighed 380 pounds, which is 170 kilos. And he said he was just completely like no fat on him. He was in the best shape he's ever seen.
Who was?
Evan Singleton.
Evan Singleton?
Yeah. He was in the best shape he's ever seen him. And then he managed just to get an injury. Like, he did finish third last year. Like, he was on the podium, and now he's not even going to the finals.
Ups and downs of the sport, you know.
A very tight group, like 18.5 to 16.5 points was the difference between Gordion and Kordiaka going through. So after all this, so we have the 10 athletes, and like we were saying in multiple videos, there's a new scoring system going to the finals. So we'll actually go through the top 10 in the way it's going to be laid out. So the top 10 when it comes to the finals. So in first place we have Mitchell Hooper on 10 points. We have Tom Stoltman in second with 9 points. Rain O'Neill in third bringing 8 points. Trey Mitchell in fourth with 7 points. So Luke Stoltman is then in fifth place with 6 points. Paddy Haynes in sixth place with 5 points. Shane Flowers in seventh place with 4 points. Andre Futu in 8th place with 3 points. Pavlo Kordiaka in 9th place with 2 points, and Eddie Williams rounding out the top 10 with 1 point. The key thing from there is that Rain O'Neill in third place. Like, that is phenomenal. Like,
it all depends like how well he will do in these events. Like, it's these events are like it's a bit different to the group events.
The thing is, well, with that Flintstone barbell, so everyone was on about how much weight is Lucas Hatton going to lift.
That doesn't matter.
And now it doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't matter anymore.
And this is what we said before, like we said in the predictions videos, that there's no point in predicting who's going to win it in the finals, because like you have upsets like this, which is the case, because everybody was going to see, could Lucas Hatton lift 280 kilos overhead?
No, it's not the case. Now it's going to be between Mitch Hooper and Tom Stallman pretty much.
And that's just the way it is. Trey Mitchell looks very well, but there's some of the events there that are going to suit him. Like in the Arnold, Trey Mitchell did very well in the behind the neck jerk. Yeah, no, he'll do well in that. Like, I want to see how Hercules hold. Hercules hold is good.
It's good for him,
it's
right?
Good, it is, which is surprising.
It's just a frame.
Yeah.
Frame is the only thing that really affects his grip. But Hercules
18-inch deadlift is going to be very good for him.
Yeah, he's going to be good. Most of the events are pretty good.
Carry and hoist is probably his weakest event out of the finals.
Yeah. I
think you could see Trey Mitchell on the podium.
Trey Mitchell potentially, I think, can finish top 3, no problem.
Yeah.
But when it comes to first and second, I think it's going to be between Hooper and Stallman.
No, that's the thing. So who is it going to be this year? Early predictions. Is it going to be Mitch or Tom?
Tom's mistake in the last event in the heats, I think it's gonna be a factor a little bit.
I think Mitch is going to go through. I think his Hercules hold is a bit better. I think the Atlas Stones are kind of even enough. The carry and hoist, Mitch is going to beat Tom on it. And the 18-inch deadlift, obviously.
Yeah, I think Mitch Hooper as well for the win. I think Tom will be second this year, and third is going to be hopefully Trey Mitchell. I
think everybody is probably going to agree. Look, let us know in the comment section down below what you think. Let us know, have you been following the content? I know there's been, like, Eddie Hall, like, is every single event, like, what, half an hour, maybe 40 minutes after the event finishes. I've been watching his stuff. There's obviously everybody is doing vlogs and things like that. So look, let us know in the comment section down below what you think so far of the competition. As well as that, look, leave your early finals predictions. I know we have another 2 days of competing left to do, so look, let us know. And like always, if you made it this far in the video, make sure to press the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and if you are subscribed, please press the bell icon. It'll keep you up to date with everything that's Lalas Brothers, and we'll see you in a future video.
See you later, guys.